Hey there, I have a project. This is a little bit of a kind of a gag gift project, but I am making a clock for somebody at work. And I have decided to make it a square clock because squares are easier to cut than circles. And I also wanted to use some beautiful glass. So I've got this, I don't think it's made anymore. It's a bullseye. It's got all three aventurines on clear. I put it on a white back and did a full fuse on this. And so now it is ready to drill. Now I don't do clocks very often, honestly, because I just don't like drilling holes. But we're gonna give this a shot, and for some foolish reason, I'm gonna film it for YouTube. I guess if it doesn't go well, I don't have to post this video. So here's the clockwork that I'm going to use, and what I'm gonna do, so I have some elements that I'm gonna tack fuse onto this. I'm gonna go ahead and drill my hole now, mostly because I don't know, if I drill my hole now and this doesn't go well and this breaks, then at least I didn't fuse all those elements on and lose all those elements. How's that for a reason? So the arbor on my clock here is 7.5 millimeters. And so I have a drill bit that is just slightly larger than that at 7.8. I don't know if you can see that. This is a diamond drill bit, and I've just got it hooked up to my regular old drill. And what I'm going to do is I've got some clay because I don't really have a wet area to work in. So I'm going to put some clay. I've done an X so that you can see exactly where the middle is. And I've drawn myself a little template here so I know where to drill. And I just used a silver Sharpie in order to do that. And then now I've got some modeling clay that I just got, and I'm going to create a ring here that I can put water in that's going to cool this as I go. So let me go ahead and take care of that now. Okay, I didn't love this clay, but as long as it makes a seal, I guess I'm good. So I've got a little bit of water here, and I'm just gonna flood this in. Looks like it's holding my water. Got my safety goggles on. Let's give this a shot. Now I'm gonna start in at kind of an angle, and then I'm going to lift up and then, apply direct pressure, and I'm gonna go slow. I know I'm getting toward the bottom, but that water is feeling a little warm, so I'm going to reflood this with fresh water. Just to cool it off a little bit. I think I'm getting close to the bottom. There I went. So I am through, and I did not break. Whew! I'm so relieved at that. So now I can just clean up my space here. I'm going to clean this all up, and then I'm going to add the elements. But look at that, I got a hole drilled through. Just a quick word about these drill bits, because I know you're going to ask me. I got these from Amazon. They are in my Amazon store. The brand is, let's see, Babin. I don't think this specific set that I bought is for sale anymore, but the same brand has a different set for sale, and there are quite a few different sizes in here that I'm aware of. These do not fit into a Dremel. At least they don't fit into mine. So you do have to have a regular drill. For me, I use a rigid brand drill. Use whatever drill works best for you. A lot of people use a drill press. I do not have the space for a drill press, so you saw me do it the good old-fashioned way. But there's the information about those if you're interested. They're in my Amazon store, and the link will be in the video notes. Okay, a component of my design is ladybugs to mark the hours, and so I have some cane here, and I have, this is a really fun snappy chopper, snappy Murini chopper. I've shown this before. You can get it from Colors for Earth. I'll drop a link if you're interested. It's not inexpensive, but it sure is fun. Now you can mount it to a workbench or something. I just have a to-go container, like a Chinese carry-out container that I've just propped up here to mount this, and then I'm going to snap through and get my ladybugs going. Okay, so now my design entails, again, this is more of a personal joke, so I'm not even going to go on to explain it, but my gift recipient will think this is awesome. So the 12 o'clock of the clock will have a crow at the top, so I'm going to get that guy in there, and then I'm going to do a ladybug marking each hour mark, and so I'm going to get those placed all around the rest of the clock. And then Sharpie burns off is what they all say, but I'm gonna go ahead and tack these down with some hairspray so that they're good and strong on there. And then I'm gonna try to clean this up the best that I can, because I just don't trust that Sharpie would not burn off. And this is a high cry factor piece, and I don't want any devitrification, so I want it to be super clean. So once I get all these glued on, I'm gonna go around, and maybe even with a Q-tip cotton swab where I need to kind of make sure that I get as much of that off as I can. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these placed. All right, so here we go. I did this at a very light tack or contour fuse. I guess it depends on how you define it. I only went to 1375 and I held for 13 minutes, which I know sounds weird, but I've done some stuff at 10 minutes and I just wanted just a little bit, a touch more, so I did 13 minutes on this. I also stuffed a little bit of fiber paper into the hole because I didn't want the hole to close up. So I'm going to clean that out and then I'll put my clockwork in. Okay. So I don't think the glass moved a ton to where maybe I didn't need to close that hole up, but I just didn't want to have to go back to it with a drill again. So the paper was just a little bit of a protector. Now, I have this clockwork. I'm not going to share where I got it at Amazon, but they arrived and they were all beat to hell. These hands looked terrible. I had to kind of re-bend them back. So I'm not adding them to my store because I would definitely not recommend that seller. But what I'm going to do now is go ahead and get my clock assembled. So this is the timepiece that goes through there. And well, this is going to be a problem. The first thing I notice is that it is not deep enough for me to screw the hex nut on. This is too shallow. Crap. Yeah, that clockwork is too shallow. I do have another one. Well, crap. If this was a single layer of glass, it may work, but it is not. This one is not going to work. Let me see if I've got another one that is going to work. Okay, I'm back. Fortunately, I do have another clock movement here. So this one I will add to my Amazon store. This was a 2-pack, and you can see the difference there in the length of that shaft, of that arbor that's on there. I may be able to get away with this one with a single layer of glass, but certainly not the 2-layer. This one has the total length of this shaft here is 3/4 inches, and so that's plenty of room to do what I need to do. And it came with different sets of hands, which are nice clock hands, but I actually like these red ones better for the purposes of this. So I think there was one that had a red hand. So this was a 2-pack, and I'll save it to my Amazon. Looks like it's still available. So it came with, trying hard not to bend these. Well, it came with this set of black hands with a red second hand on it, and then it had these which are straight, and then it had these kind of fancy pants ones. But I kind of liked my red. Red and black wouldn't be bad, but I also thought this minute hand was kind of fun. I think I'm still going to stick with these red. Anyway, that should be relatively interchangeable. So let me put these aside and get out the hardware here for this one. And this is a pretty simple exercise. So you put the in this case, there was an integrated hanger as well. so that that can then be used to hang on the wall. Then you do your washer. How does that go on there? Like that. And then thrilling video here, I realize. Look at that. So that shaft comes right up through there, and you put your brass washer, and now I dropped my little hex nut. So you put that on and get that tightened on. Just going to use my little grozing tool here to secure that on. Now you don't want to screw it too tight because you don't want to crack your glass. You want it to be firm enough not to move around a ton, but again, you don't want to crack your glass. So just got to be careful with that. And then let's see if I do this right. Your hour hand. Did I call this the minute hand a while ago? It's the hour hand. I have to pick this up. Sorry, this may not make for the best video because I got to concentrate on what I'm doing here. That should slip down onto the shaft. Then your minute hand onto the next portion. You gotta be, these are so fragile, so you gotta be so careful not to bend them because they're just seemingly wafer thin. And then the second hand should go on there. Now, if I've done this correctly, once I pop my battery in, we should hopefully start to see things ticking away. Look at that, second hand is moving. So now before I wrap this up, I am going to set the time and then check it later, make sure it's keeping time. But there you go, there's the finished piece. I'll take some photos of this after I've verified that it all works. But I'm pretty pleased with this. The aventurine green is cool. Again, I know the ladybugs and the crow kind of doesn't make sense to anybody else. It's really more of an inside joke, but I think she's going to love it. So I'm going to go ahead and set the time. I'm going to watch this thing. I'm going to take some pictures. We'll see how it turns out. If you're not following me on Facebook, be sure to do so. Here's the link on how you can go follow me there. You can like that page, but it's better to follow because you'll get updates. And I am now starting to post some content on Facebook that's not necessarily here on YouTube. So make sure you go check me out over there as well. Thanks everybody for following along in my learning journey. Hope this video was helpful to you. As always, I will post any links and my firing schedules in the bottom. The crow, if you're wondering, came from Henry at SS Glass Art on Etsy, so I'll post his link. The beautiful ladybugs came from Lori Moreno at Wilderness Glass. I don't know if she's got any ladybugs now, but I bet she would be making some, particularly as we approach the spring. So I'll post her link as well. Hope everybody's having a good one. Take care. Catch you later. Bye-bye.